Anytime IMG is involved in a football game, it's got high intrigue. You know, if they're going to travel, it must be important to them, and the game must be big enough to them that they're willing to come out and play this football game.
You know, we like to play like-minded schools, and these guys wanted to play us. And I think the only way you get better is to play the best football teams out there, and they're obviously not afraid to play anybody.
This is another big reason I came here is because of the competition. Playing against top teams every week, and now we're traveling again this week to go play Eastern Utah. So it's a great experience playing against these great teams.
I love playing good games against good people. It makes me better, it makes them better. When you play against good people, you get good. When you get good, you start being great.
Defensive linemen like Xavier and an offensive lineman like June, those guys exist every day at the major Division I level, and so they've got to get used to playing at that level. You know, these opportunities only come around every so often, and why not provide those opportunities for your kids?
IMG Academy is a very unique place. It's a boarding school. It's a place where kids come to develop, you know, and it's an international brand. What we try and build around is, you know, from a culture standpoint, is that everything is earned. When you come here, you have to compete every single day in practice. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, and you have to earn playing time. With our team, they have to embrace that. You know, Xavier, you watch him on tape, you know, the ball snapped and he's literally 2 steps across the line of scrimmage and everybody else is just getting out of their stance. He's got an extremely quick first step and he's a powerful kid, knows how to use his hands, very athletic for a kid that size.
So I saw myself as like a very explosive player, get to the ball every play. My motor's always running, and I'm just a relentless football player.
He looks like a track star in a big body because the way he approaches his get-off the football, his explosive nature, he looks like he's coming out of the blocks. He looks like he could be playing for the University of Clemson right now. He's the most explosive athlete I've ever seen come off the line of scrimmage in 20 years of coaching high school football. I've never seen anything like him.
Lock out, lock out, lock out. Let's go, Zay.
All I think of is just speed. Everybody talk about his speed. He's fast. He's fast on the ball. He has a good strike. That's all I've been hearing about him, and I just think that's really good.
Well, I just know pass rushers are so hard to come by. You think that if you just keep coaching a kid, you can teach them how to get around an offensive lineman and get to the quarterback. But then there are guys like Xavier who have this, I don't know, just an innate knack, and it looks like a meanness.
You learn quick when you play against Xavier, you can't take a play off because he's going to play to the whistle, and that's in practice, and that's every single day.
How he's going to disrupt things is something I can't predict. So we're gonna have to do some unique things to him to kind of combat his talent. But his play is special, and he's enjoyable to watch. And like I said, he gives me nightmares. Well, East High School has been around for about 104 years. They've been playing football for quite a while. We have won a couple of state titles in a row. There's 18 overall that have been won at this school, and we're proud of what we built here.
We knew who they were, I mean, just because of the success they've had, and really in that part of the country, you know, they stood out. I think that there are, between both lines, offensive and defensive, there's 20 Division I players up front. That's something you never see. I don't know that I've ever been involved in a game with this many Division I offensive and defensive linemen.
You know, Junior, his whole life growing up, was not the star. He was kind of a gangly kid. He was kind of a kid, an afterthought on most of the teams he played on. And today, I didn't know he was going to grow into what he has grown into. He has been probably the hardest working young man I've ever coached, and he just blossomed into this special elite player in the last 2 years.
He's just so vicious or violent, might be the adjectives I would use, but he's the kind of player, if you do watch him on film, if you do watch a game, you can see the impact he has.
Looking at Junior's film, I mean, he's a very explosive player, and he's a very relentless lineman. And you look at this photo film title, it's all of his victims. So you tell that he's one of those guys that is very explosive and he's relentless to the ball and that he's going to finish his blocks.
he loves contact. And I think if you're going to play football, you've got to love contact. And he does love contact. He wants to hit people, and he has fun doing it.
Like, it's just a different person out on the field. I don't stop till I hear that whistle blow, man. Maybe even that whistle blow, I'll keep going just a little bit.
If your best football player has that attitude, I want to be on the field all the time, I want to do whatever it takes to win, which is evident when you watch him on tape, then I think that, that goes across the lines both ways on your football team. And so that becomes your culture.
They're going to figure out what it's like to play at the next level, and they're going to find out what they need to work on once they leave this football game, and what they need to get better at, because they may see each other at the next level.
What would be your message to him with you guys squaring off, having a chance to go head-to-head?
I'll just say come ready because we're bringing it.
I'll leave it out on the field, man. Just everything on the field, and then after that, we're good.
And good evening and welcome to a beautiful night in Salt Lake City. Boy, we are excited about this game for you tonight. East High has invited in the #1 team in the nation, IMG Academy, to take them on tonight.
Not a lot of people believe in what you're going to do tonight. You're going to send a shockwave down the spine of this entire country. I believe that. You need to believe that. And most of all, play with guts. Play with guts. Yeah. Show me your guts tonight. Hell yeah. They don't have what we have. Hell yeah.
It's a perfect night for football. So the Leopards will come out to the 20-yard line, see what they can do offensively against this pretty formidable defense. This time Ford keeps. He's in trouble, and he is down. Nowhere to go.
And that's the big defensive end, number 19, Xavier Thomas, making the play. That's the guy that's going to be playing at Clemson. We'll see how they line it up right here.
And out of the backfield, there they go. Touchdown on the first play for Alabama commit Trey Sanders, 52 yards. Well, that was impressive. One play, one touchdown.
We'll see how East High School responds. That's a tough start, as East needed to get off to a quick start. You don't want to play catch-up against these guys.
So Malisi behind Ford. They need a yard. They got it. And more. Ford gives that one off. Another hole for Malisi. Cuts it back into the University of Utah red zone.
Boy, that's a fantastic run on the dive, right up the gut. And East High School right now on the march.
Vincent, touchdown, Leopards.
Charlie Vincent just on the pitch. And that's into the left corner of the end zone. That's a touchdown. That's quite a response by this East High football team.
Well, how about that? First and 10. Ford keeps again. Ford cuts back, and Ford another first down.
And now East High gashing this IMG defense.
Vincent and Malisi behind Ben Ford. He's trying to take the lead. Malisi fights, touchdown Leopards.
How about that again? The quick give, the dive right inside the guard and tackle off the right side. And the East High School is able to punch it in once again. And they have stunned this crew from Florida named IMG.
Annexstead to throw, going deep, got a receiver right side, and he's down inside the red zone to the 15. Cut back, Ledger walks into the end zone. And IMG made short work of the East defense on that drive and 2-point conversion. And now the lead is back to 3. Well, it's up to East now to answer. Their last drive, very impressive, guys, as they basically went the length of the field. Malisi in the backfield, but they're going to run it. Charlie Vincent cuts back, and Charlie has a first down and more. Charlie Vincent, will they catch him? Vincent into the red zone and finally brought down all the way at the 5-yard line. Charlie Vincent, second down and goal. Ford is fumbled, ball's loose. I think IMG's got it. Oh my word, at the goal line. IMG trying to get out of this hole.
East High makes a nice stand, and they'll get the ball back. Should be good position.
Deep ball coming, wide open. All the way down, still up. Chase Peterson. Peterson headed to the end zone, and he's stopped just a few yards shy. Huge pickup. Well, it's a battle of the lines right here. East trying to take the lead as we approach 3.5, and Ford, touchdown. Very entertaining first half, though. The Leopards, the Ascenders, in a terrific battle.
Backs to the wall right here.
Annexted, quick pass right over the middle. It's complete.
That's another first down. The chains move.
Annexted again, looking, firing into the end zone, wide open Hightower. So the lead goes back to IMG. What a game, though, 22-19.
You're down, but you're not down and out. You're down just a few points. They get the ball back here. Get the ball back. They're not going to stop us. I need the ball back in our offense's hands. You have to do that. You have to take care of this. You gave them life. Okay? You're not playing that passionate pass defense you played a week ago. I need it this half. 24 more minutes, guys. 24 more minutes. We're going to see how much heart, how much guts you have. We're going to see how hard you want to play and how much this means to you. You go finish this thing. Go finish this thing the right way. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're about ready to go in the second half. IMG leads by 3, and they will get the ball. They go almost 400 across the line, and they are 400 on the right side. And the pass is caught, and Burton's got a first down and more. Burton moving, shucking and jiving his way all the way down into the University of Utah red zone. Another huge play, and it's first and goal. Sanders cuts to the outside, darts back into the end zone. Touchdown, IMG.
We'll see how East High School responds here after that quick scoring drive. 55 seconds by IMG.
You and I were talking at halftime. You said they're a second half team and already leading by 10 and forcing East into a situation where they're going to have to give up the ball.
Yeah.
Annexted, firing deep. Got a receiver, Jermaine Burton. What a catch, and he's into the end zone. East has not scored since late in that second quarter. Annexted, set off short.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a move. Cameron Coleman, we've seen him do this before. He cuts back all the way across the field and into the end zone.
I think we've seen a lot of football. It went very much the way we expected, especially in the second half when IMG took control of that football game.
Next time on Contenders.
LA football, it breeds athletes. Long Beach Poly is definitely, the most historic program in California. For years, they had more players in the NFL than any other high school. Sarah's, the last 10 years, put more players into D1 than any other high school.
We don't play each other very much. It's only the second time we've ever played each other. Long Beach Poly has 5,000 kids, and we have 450 kids in this school. We're 220 boys.
Playoff bracket is going to come out early Sunday morning, just about a day and a half after the game ends. And I know Poly's looking to kind of move their ranking up a little bit before those brackets come out. So this really is their first test before the playoffs start to see where they're at.
in this game, there'll be at least 20 players with an offer. Cam McDonald, kind of a hybrid type. He's a big receiver, but he probably will grow into a tight end, but he's an athlete. He can run. He's a pure pass catcher. I think for me, he's probably one of the top 2 or 3 tight ends out west with a really high upside for sure.
Merlin Robertson has been playing with us since he was a freshman. He's playing a lot of inside linebacker for us now. He's played outside linebacker. We can move him all around. That's been a huge deal. But he is kind of our pulse.
If we struggle to win or if we lose, then we're not going to get the seeding that we want. So that's why it's important, the most important game of the season so far.
We got the home field advantage. We feel very prepared and ready to go out there and dominate.
It's kind of a cool contrast, public versus private, big school versus little school. And speaking specifically about Merlin and Cam, you know, I think they love the challenge of going against a guy who's a friend and kind of bragging rights and all that kind of good stuff that goes with that.